All right, so here we are having this question 16, which came in Mathematics Paper 1, 2024, and this is school certificate. Okay, so I want you to pay particular attention to this question because, as you can see, it is an important question, and mostly in every mathematics paper. In fact, paper 1, this question carries 5 marks. So I want you to pay particular attention. If it is not 5 marks, then it is 4 marks. So make sure you pay particular attention to this question, and make sure maybe you haven't subscribed to the channel. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you click on the notification button so that whenever I upload a new video, you get to know. All right, so let's go direct to our question. So our question reads, okay, it is given that A varies as B and inversely as the square of C. So this is and. Okay, it is given that A varies as B and inversely as the square of C, and A is equal to 9 when B is equal to 12 and C is equal to 2. Find the value of K, the constant of variation. B, find the value of A when B is equal to 16 and B is equal to 4, and C, find the values of C when B is equal to 25 and A is equal to 3. So there are some things I want you to understand before you can even start answering this question. There are some things which you need to know. For us to answer this question, I want you to pay particular attention. For us to answer this question, we need to come up with a formula. So now they do not give any formula. The formula you are going to use, you just need to formulate it yourself. So now, how do we come up with a formula which will help us to answer this question? In whatever mathematics paper 1 you actually go, you would find that this question requires you to use a formula, but that formula is not given. So now, that formula is based on the information which is in the question. So that is what will help you to come up with a formula. So now I want to show you how to come up with a formula when you have been given or when you are solving this question, because this question is important. As I said, it carries 4 marks. So you need to know how to come up with formula. So how do we come up with formula? So there are some key points, there are some keywords in each and every information which actually help us to come up with a formula. The first keyword is this one, varies, and then the second keyword is inversely. Okay, so whenever you just hear to say it is given that A varies or B varies or any letter varies, dialectically, sometimes they tend to use dialectically. Just know that they are just talking about this dialect. This is dialect. You remember in physics we say that force is direct proportion to what? To acceleration. This is the expression which we use to actually denote that force is direct to what? To acceleration. So in the same manner, when we say A varies directly as B, then we have to express it, we have to write it in this way. So now, what if they say inversely, like in this case whereby they have said to say A varies directly as B. A varies directly as B, which of course we know that it is this. A varies directly as what? As B. And inversely. Now, what about inversely? Okay, so let me actually, I do not want you to actually to forget this. I want you to master how we come up with formula. So in the first place, I said to say when they say directly, varies directly, or just varies, just know that they are telling you to express or to write it in this expression. But when they say inversely, something which is inversely, we say that acceleration is inversely to mass. We write it like this: acceleration is inversely to mass. This is the expression which shows actually something which is inversely to each other. So in this case, they have said to say this A varies directly as what? As B. This is our expression. And inversely as what? As the square of C. So here what we are going to do is that we are going to write C under what? Under B, because it is inversely. It is inversely. I want you to get that. It is inversely. It is more like A varies directly as what? B, and inversely inversely I said to say C, but 1 over C. But remember, this C is a square, is squared, and varies inversely as what? As a square of C. So this expression, this is the expression which shows that something is even inversely. So now we are going to do this. So when you do that and then you multiply, what we are going to have is that we are going to find that what we are going to have is A, which value is directed as B times 1, that is what? B, and then 1 times C squared is C squared. I'm sure you are able to see. So this is the formula which we have come up with, but we haven't yet completed actually formulating a formula. So there is another step which is very, very important, because as you can see in our first question, we have been told to find the value of what? Of K, but there is no K in this expression. There is no K in this expression. So what we do, we always change this sign, which shows the very thing. We always change it. We always change it with what? With equal sign, with an equal sign, and then an equal sign comes with what? With a K. So what do I mean? So this is how you are supposed to write. So having done this, what I'm trying to say that this sign is going to change to what? To an equal sign, and this equal sign comes with a K. So this plus this remaining expression, we are going to have something like this. So this is the formula, or this is how to come up with a formula which we can use to actually handle any question which actually which is talking about this particular subtopic. This topic is very, very important because it carries 4 marks in N mathematics paper 1 question paper. So I want you to actually get what I'm trying to say. So now that we have come up with a formula, it is now easy for us to actually start solving this question. So let's go to question 1. Don't forget our formula. Let me just write it here. So this is our formula over C squared. This is the formula which we'll be using throughout this question. So now let's go to question A. What is the question? Question A, we have been told to find the value of what? K. The value of K. Now that we have this K, we have to find its value. Find the value of K, which is the constant of variation. This K is the constant of variation, and because of that, it has to actually appear in each and every equation you need to make. I hope you are getting me. If you want to actually find, and if any question is based on variation, you need to actually put K there. How do we put K? By changing this sign, which was here with an equal sign, together with what? With a K. So that is how we do it. So now the first question, always, if you check in each and every question, you'd find that the first question they ask to find this same value of what? Of K, because this is a constant. Okay, so now how do we find the value of K? How do we find the value of K? So for us to find the value of K, we need to consider the values of these letters. The values of these letters. So now the values of the first question, I want you to get it. The values of the first question are in this same question. This same information which we have been given. It is given that A varies as B and inversely as the square of what? Of C. And A is equal to what? 9. When B is equal to what? 12. And C is equal to 2. So these values are always going to be there, because these values are the ones which we use to find the value of what? K, which is a constant, or to actually calculate the value of K for the first question. Always for the first question, for question A, you need to use the values which are in this same information which you have been given. Okay, so now let's plug in the values. We have been told that the value of A is what? 9. So we're going to write 9 here. Okay, we are going to write 9. Then we are finding K. What is the value of B when B is equal to what? When B is equal to 12. Okay. Divided by what is C? C is equal to 2. But remember, C, according to the information which have been given, we have been told that it has been squared. It has been squared as the square of what? Of C. So it is 2 squared. Okay, I hope you're getting it. So now, after having done that, what we need to do next now, we just need to actually to do the mathematics part. So it is 9, which is equal to k times 12. It's 12k divided by the square root of 2 is what? I mean 2 squared is what? Is 4. Okay, I hope you are able to comprehend what I'm trying to actually say. Okay, so now that you have done that, we are going to divide. What is 12 divided by 4, so that we can simplify our work. What is 12 divided by what? Divided by 4. So 12 divided by 4, the answer is what? 3. So we are remaining with 3k. Okay, and then since we are finding the value of k, we have divided this 12 by what? By 4. So this 4 into 4 is 1. 4 into 12 is what? Is 3. So this is the 3k we are remaining with. So now we want to find the value of what? The value of k. So we are going to divide both sides by what? By 3. So that we cancel this 3, and our value of k is going to be 9 divided by 3. The answer is what? The answer is 3. I hope you are getting it, and I hope you are understanding what I'm teaching. Okay. So now that we have found the value of k, which is the constant, this same value is the one which we are going to use on question B and on question C. So now let's go to question B. So this is our first question, which is of course question A. Okay. So now when talk of question B, you have been told to find the value of A. So remember what I said. I said that on each and every question, they are going to give you the values which you'll be using for that particular question. So here, when you come to question B, do not use these same values, because these values are for question A. For question B, they are going to give you the values. So as you can see, here we have been told to find the value of what? A, when B is equal to 16 and C is equal to what? Is equal to 4. I hope you are able to see that. But the value of k, they do not give the value of k, because the value of k, remember, we have been taught to say it is a constant. It is a constant, meaning we'll be using this same value throughout this question. Okay, so we are answering question B, not question A. We are answering question B. All right, so now how are we going to find the value of B? I mean the value of A. Remember the formula. What I said is that the formula doesn't change. We are going to use the same formula which we have actually formulated. So our formula, according to our formula, A is equal to what? KB over C squared. This is a formula which we have come up with. Okay, so now we just need to plug in the value. Since we know the value of K, and then the value of B have been given, and then the value of C also have been given, the work is very simple. What we are going to say that A equals to, what is the value of K? The value of K is 3. Okay, so the value of K is what? The value of K is 3. Okay, maybe let me just write it here. A equals to, the value of K is what? 3. Open brackets. The value of B, what is the value of B according to the question? Is what? 16. Okay. Divide by, what is the value of C? The value of C, you have been told that it is what? 4. But remember to include this our square. Okay, it is 4 squared. All right, so now after having done this, our value of A is going to be, of course you can multiply this if you want, but to simplify things, let's just take it the way it is. Okay, so 3, open brackets, 16, which is of course the value of what? The value of B. And then our value of C is 4 squared. What is 4 squared? 4 squared is what? 16. So what is our value of A? So if you cancel this 16 with this one, our value of A is going to be what? Is going to be 3. So this is how we can answer question B. So this is how simple question B was. Okay, so now let's go to question C. Mind you, this question carries 1 mark. This question carries 1 mark, but for this one carries 2 marks, because always you need to find two values. Always, in fact, we can consider something. Question A, we have been taught to find the value. I think I want you to consider this. Find the value. And that simply means that the value is just 1. Here, find the value. But here, as you can see, find the values. Find the values. And that simply means that we need to find the two values. Two values. All right. So, how do we find these two values? We have been taught to find the value of the values of C. Find the values of C when B is equal to 25 and A is equal to 3. Okay, so now let's actually write our formula. This is our formula, KB over C squared. What is the value of A? And remember, it doesn't mean that since we have found the value of A in this question B, then that is the one which we are going to use on question C. No. I've said that in each and every question, on each and every question, they give particular values. So in this case, we have been taught to say, find the values of C when B is equal to what? 25. Here they said to say when B is equal to 16, but on this question it is different. When B is equal to 25, when B is equal to 25, and then A is equal to 3. Okay, A is equal to 3. So our equation will be A. We are going to replace A with what? 3. Since that is the value which have been given, which equals to, what is our K? Our K is a constant value, which is 3, the same one which we found at first. And then we multiply it. What is the value of B? We have been told that the value of B is what? 25. Okay. Divide by C squared, because that is the value which we are finding. Remember, we have been taught to find the values of what? Of C. So now, here what you need to do, you just need to do this. You multiply. So when we multiply, what we are going to have is something like this. Is something like this. 3 times C squared, we are going to have 3C squared, which equals to 325. Okay, 325. That is our expression. And then since we are finding the value of C, we are going to divide both sides with this 3. So we cancel this one and we cancel this one. Okay, I hope you are able to see what I'm trying to do. So now, having done that, what we are going to remain with is C squared, which is equal to, since this 3 has been cancelled with this one, which is right over here, we are going to divide both sides by 3, and then we cancel these 3, and then what we are going to remain with is what? 25. So now remember, what we have been told is to find the value of C, not C squared, and that simply means that we need to square root this C. We need to find the square root of 25. So C, our values of C are going to be, the square root of 25 is what? Positive or negative 5.